Hello, and welcome to Ohio History. My name is Russ Coyle, and I'll be your instructor. The purpose of this video is to briefly introduce the course to you and to encourage you to read the syllabus. After watching this video, you should complete a multiple-choice online quiz based on the information found in this video and in the syllabus. I began the video with Chrissie Hynde and the Pretenders and their song My City Was Gone. Hynde grew up in Akron and attended Kent State University. In this song, she is nostalgic for the Ohio of her youth, one that offered thriving downtown life, stable, prosperous neighborhoods, and nurturing, healthy green spaces. When she returned to Ohio as an adult, she saw only vapid suburban malls and miles of parking lots where enticing country fields once stood. Her song is a history of Ohio, a personal one and selective, with a catchy bass line, but a history nevertheless. In fact, she did in that song one thing that I want you to do this semester. Look at the landscape, what we often call the built environment, or the infrastructure of our collective existence. That's a fancy way of saying the buildings we live in and worship in, as in German Village in Columbus. Or the roads we drive on, as with the Columbia Parkway in Cincinnati. Or where we get our food. Or perhaps here, the first Wendy's on Broad Street in downtown Columbus. And let's not forget the single greatest contribution to human history in the last 200 years, the sewers that take away the waste. This one from the early 20th century Toledo. Hynde documents how the built environment she knew changed. We'll be doing that too, just over a longer period of time, and with built environments that we can't know firsthand. For example, here we see an artist's rendering of the Newark, Ohio earthworks, a 2,000-year-old technological wonder and sacred Native American space. It still partially exists today and, as a piece of technology, even works. Now, 2,000 years ago, it was a gathering place, a place where people worshipped and wondered about the meaning of life. They held festivals and feasts, and pilgrims from across what is now the United States visited. The circle and octagon you see here was a lunar observatory tracking the moon on its journey across the sky. And here in this Google Maps snapshot is that same space today. You can see how modern Ohioans have made different decisions about their built environment. Highways, neighborhoods, paved streets. And of course, the most sacred spaces of all, a golf course and a Tequilaville restaurant and bar. What we see around us in the built environment is not just random buildings or roads. It's a set of values. The built environment is a series of clues about what's going on in our world. The clues can sometimes mislead us. In this drawing, we see two structures along the Maumee River in northwest Ohio, near the rapids. The drawing dates to about 1794. Now, the structures look modest to us today, located in an isolated, uninhabited spot. But they actually signal something far more interesting. They were owned by British and French traders, people who specialized in trading with Native Americans. So this corner of Ohio, some 200 years ago, was an internationally connected, thriving, and dynamic place, a place that government officials in London and Paris knew about. So always look closer, move beyond your assumptions. Now take this photo, for example. This is an oil refinery, circa 1870s in Cleveland. It looks shabby and run down, hardly able to compete in the rough and tumble, innovative marketplace of modern industrial America. But less than 20 years later, here's that same place. This picture and the picture before it shows John D. Rockefeller Standard Oil Refinery in Cleveland, along the Flats area where the Cuyahoga River winds through town and meets Lake Erie. Now, how is it possible that one built environment led directly to the other? Now, this semester I'll ask you to let a few writers do the looking around. They will present you with a different world, with different built environments. And like Chrissie Hynde, we need to revisit Ohio to see it from a different perspective. Perhaps then we'll see a different place. Our textbook is Builders of Ohio, a series of essays about important people, not necessarily famous people, who built Ohio. The chronology spans over 200 years, beginning in the mid-18th century and ending in the late 20th century. Again, I consider this to be our textbook, an overview of the state's history. Now, Colin Calloway's The Victory with No Name takes the Native American world of the late 18th century, a period of intense violent conflict in this area. Now, we often assume that Indians were destined to be defeated, that the military and technological power of the United States was simply too great to resist for too long. Calloway tells us a different story. When you read, pay particular attention to the world that Calloway depicts for you, the world that enabled Native Americans to destroy the United States military. Keep these basic points in mind throughout the semester. The course is taught entirely online, and I'll expect you to watch video lectures each week and participate in regularly scheduled online discussions and complete regularly scheduled quizzes based on those videos. And you should read all your book assignments as well. You'll be required to write 3 essays, each approximately 6 pages long. Now, deadlines are important. Check the syllabus for the schedule of assignments and readings and for my policy on late submissions. My name again is Russ Coyle. You'll hear my voice consistently throughout the semester. Working with me, however, are 2 teaching assistants, Brianna Mendoza and Melvin Barnes. I've posted their contact information on Carmen in the syllabus. We encourage you to stay in contact with us as the semester progresses. If you have questions about an assignment or the grading, then please ask. We are interested in your success. One way for you to succeed is to stay in regular contact throughout the semester. We might not see each other face to face, but I have tried to create a class in which you feel like a member of a community, one which fosters your success and which you contribute to the success of others too. One last note, time management is important. This course moves quickly, filling an entire semester's worth of material into 8 weeks. Expect to submit assignments every week. Now, your first major writing assignment, the first essay, is due by May 20th, just 12 days into the semester. The second essay will be due just a couple of weeks after that, on June 3rd. So plan your schedule wisely. At this point, you should review the syllabus and then take quiz 1. This particular quiz is graded. Now, unlike quizzes later in the semester, you can take this quiz several times, if necessary, in order to earn a 100. My goal really is to make sure that you can hear me and that I can hear you.